Oh, hey, what's up? What are you up to right now? Are you driving home? That's cool. Oh, you're out walking? That's cool. You're at the gym? Cool. Well, it's day 27 here on the podcast, as you probably already knew by now, as it probably says in the title. I don't even know what the title of this podcast will be, but the subject matter is the Gary Cantrell, I'm throwing up air quotes above my head, the Gary Cantrell approach to Thanksgiving. Now, if you've been here for a while, maybe you have a couple of episodes under your belt, or you're brand new, and maybe you found me from Instagram, there's a good chance that you probably already know where I stand on this. But if you'll indulge me for a moment, sit down, sit around the invisible campfire as I sit here at my messy desk in my messy office in my shoebox apartment. If there was a fire around here, this place would be up in flames so fast. I'm not even kidding with you right now. But let's drop a little fire, okay? Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I wanted to drop this right now. I wanted to get this possibly out to you before your commute so that you can understand that tomorrow should not be taken quite as seriously as you think it should be taken. I guarantee there's a lot of you that are probably scrolling through your Instagram today that are thinking all the things that the quote unquote influencers want you to think about, how Thanksgiving has come up and we shouldn't let the one day ruin all of our progress. You should ask that person if they have any diet bets coming up, because perhaps they're probably trying to sell you on a diet bet and they don't want you to, they want to keep you in the right mindset so that you can go and weigh in and see a good result and all that good stuff. Well, we're going to throw all that crap out the window right now. All right? Because the Gary Cantrell approach to Thanksgiving is quite simple. And that is, I want you to do whatever it is that you want to do. Isn't it funny how you probably thought I had like this whole detailed approach for how you should approach the day and how you should plan out what you're going to eat and all that? Fuck all that. You don't need to plan anything. Look, Thanksgiving is a day to be with your family, right? It is a day to be with your family. Food happens to be a part of it, but you don't have to make that the center of everything. It doesn't have to overtake your thoughts. It doesn't have to give you anxiety the next day and all that stuff. And, you know, you're supposed to be around your family. Some of them you love, maybe some of them you like, and some of them maybe you don't like, right? Like Uncle Frank across the table who's like, hey, you better lay off that turkey there, pal, because you're going to have to be running it off tomorrow. Am I right? Hey, Uncle Frank, shut the fuck up. Drink another beer and pass out. All right, cool. Look, I don't even have an Uncle Frank. I had to make up somebody invisible, and I thought of like the most hateable Uncle Frank, and I just think of the guy from Home Alone. The guy that was like singing in the shower, and Kevin was recording him, and he said, "Get out of here, you nosy little pervert, or I'm gonna slap you silly." Oh, you're cooking, Frankie. Okay. Anyway, I just went way off there on a tangent, did I not? Okay. Uncle Frank, we love you, okay? But the point is, you don't need to overthink this day. You do not need to overthink this day. Here's what you should do on this day of Thanksgiving. Even though you're hearing it the day before, I want you to prep now, right? Because it's all about preparation. I want you to take all the pressure off. I want you to think about what it was like when you were younger and what Thanksgiving meant to you. Getting together with your family, maybe watching a little football, maybe watching Uncle Frank drink a little too much, eat a little too much, and then pass out and snore and fart on the lazy boy watching said football game, okay? It's all good. Think about the good old days and what it was like when the pressure was off. Because I think on Instagram, we feel this pressure that we need to explain everything and we need to have a reason of why we did everything. And God forbid, when we get on the scale and it doesn't go the way people think it should go, then we have to explain why did it go up just an incremental little point. And we don't need to do any of that. None of it. Okay? Here's what you got to do. You just got to go tomorrow and do whatever you want. Now, maybe you've come to a part where you really aren't craving a lot of the food, but let's be honest, most of us, even if we have a great relationship with food or not, we still have these moments where we're craving things and we want things. And tomorrow is probably the one day out of the whole year, because when we think Thanksgiving, the first thing we think of is Thanksgiving dinner. Tomorrow's probably the one day, excuse me, I was trying not to cough, but I just ended up coughing anyway. Tomorrow is probably the one day where you just go in and you just let it all loose. You know what? If you want 2 plates full of a pound full of food, fuck it. It's one day. One day. I see these memes and they really piss me off. Don't let one day throw off your entire progress. That meme is bullshit. All right, it looks cool on a feed, and when you throw the right hashtags, you get a bunch of rah-rah and a bunch of fake support and everything for it. But the reality is that one day will not wreck your progress, because if you are in a good spot, you know full and well what your limits are. Because I got news for you. You go for that one day and you go balls to the wall and have whatever you want. Tomorrow, that Friday, is a brand new day, and you can be back on your shit the next day. But you know what? Maybe you're like, well, there's Thanksgiving leftovers. Okay, fine. Have some leftovers on Friday. Who cares? Guess what? If you're the one hosting the party, you're probably gonna have so many freaking leftovers that you can meal prep the shit out of that thing for the next week ahead. It's a win-win. You can turn this into a victory for yourself by simply not letting it define you and not letting it overtake your anxiety and your thoughts and all this stuff. You can just wake up tomorrow and say, man, I'm gonna have a good ass time with my family. We're gonna hang out. Yeah, we're gonna have some turkey, whatever, and it's fine. And then the very next day or the day after that or whatever, you're just back on your normal thing. We don't live Thanksgiving every single day, do we? I mean, God, it would be nice from the family aspect of it if you got to spend time with family every day and cherish the moments, because tomorrow we don't know if they're going to be here. But if that's not on the table to hang out with our family every day, we don't live Thanksgiving every day. So you don't have to go every day back into this eating binge stuff. You just say the next day, I'm just back on my stuff, and you don't have to think of it like, well, gee, everything I eat, I'm gonna have to go and burn off because Uncle Frank over there is drunk and he's just talking out of his ass because he read some bullshit blog on Facebook that somebody shared onto his feed. He's like, oh, this looks funny, you know, and it just doesn't make any sense. So the point of all this, 7.5 minutes later, is wake up on Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow. I'm hoping that you're hearing this beforehand. Wake up tomorrow and enjoy your day. Take the pressure off. You can read the memes all you want, and they can tell you whatever they think is right. Maybe you got diet bets or whatever. Even if you do, you know what? Just take an L on the way in, right? Take one L on the way in. Who gives a shit? Live your life. Live in the moment. Enjoy it, and don't let other people dictate to you how to enjoy it. And that's it. That's about as real as I can get with you guys. And if that doesn't get through to you, you might as well unsubscribe, because I don't think anything I ever say is going to get through to you. At the end of the day, I just want you to enjoy your day. All right? I'm out of here. Gary Cantrell on Instagram. Let's use the emoji of a turkey. How about that? Talk to you guys tomorrow. Yes, I will be back tomorrow. How about that one? Have a good night, everybody.